All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're breaking down a really specific and powerful wealth strategy, and this one is for everyone born in 1979, the Earth Goat. We're zeroing in on one single pivotal week in March of 2026. So if you are a 79 baby, I need you to listen up. The week of March 8th to the 15th, 2026, well, it isn't just another week on your calendar. Our source material suggests this is a huge, critical window for both your career and your wealth. So let's explore exactly why.
This period is being called the Sovereign Pivot. And you know, that's a pretty powerful name. It tells you right away this isn't about making a few small tactical adjustments. This is about a fundamental shift, a real change in your entire approach to wealth and your career.
So what does that actually mean? Well, think of this week as a structural gear shift. It's like you're pulling your car over to the side of the road, spreading out the map, and carefully planning your next big move before you slam your foot on the accelerator. It's all about being the architect, not just an impulsive risk taker.
Now here's where it gets really interesting for you specifically. In 2026, which is the year of the Fire Horse, the 1979 Goat is considered the secret friend. This harmony gives you this unique advantage, what's being called a following wind. Basically, it's a natural tailwind that makes all your efforts a little bit easier and helps you navigate any challenges with way more grace. But to really leverage that tailwind, you have to understand the environment. The cosmic weather for this particular week is, well, it's complex. You've got two major and completely conflicting forces at play. Let's take a closer look at them. Okay, so on one hand, you have Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion, turning direct. This is a massive green light. Any projects that have been stuck since late 2025 will suddenly start moving forward. It's a huge push toward confidence and growth. But at the exact same time, Mercury is in retrograde, and that acts as a pole. It brings that potential for mental fog, for delays, for miscommunication. So the whole game here is to harness Jupiter's forward push while respecting Mercury's demand to double-check absolutely everything. So how in the world do you navigate this push and pull? This is where the playbook comes in. We're going to walk through a day-by-day guide to help you architect this week for maximum impact. Here's the big picture overview. The week is broken down into four really distinct phases. You've got the audit for reviewing, the Jupiter shift for launching, the foundation forge for building, and finally, the consolidation for securing your gains. Each phase has a very specific purpose and a clear set of actions. You can see how this builds on itself, right? We start by reviewing and refining what you have. Then, we move into launching and following up. After that, it's time to build and invest. And we finish the week strong by planning and securing everything you've accomplished. Let's get into the specifics. Okay, Phase 1, happening on Sunday the 8th and Monday the 9th, is all about the audit. This is your time for some serious financial housekeeping. Your main action item here is to find and plug any financial leaks. I mean, really go through your bank statements. Are there old subscriptions you forgot about? Any wasteful habits you can cut? This is the moment to refine your financial baseline. Now, Phase 2 is the real turning point. On Wednesday, March 11th, Jupiter goes direct, and that's when the momentum really shifts in your favor. So what's your key action? Send that follow-up email. You know the one I'm talking about, for that high-value project you proposed earlier. At this moment, your confidence is basically a wealth magnet. Next up, the Foundation Forge. Thursday the 12th and Friday the 13th are described as a really auspicious window for setting new foundations. This is the perfect moment to either launch that side hustle you've been planning for ages or to finalize a long-term investment in those future-focused sectors like tech, AI, or energy.
But, and this is a big one, there is a critical warning for Friday the 13th. Saturn is combust, which is an astrological term that suggests a big dip in your physical energy and stability. The advice is super clear. Avoid any really strenuous physical work and, just as importantly, do not take on new debt impulsively. Your priority has to be rest.
And to finish the week strong, Phase 4, happening over the weekend, is all about consolidation. All the great ideas and actions from earlier in the week now get locked into a solid plan. Your main task here is to finalize your budget for the rest of the quarter and make sure you have a solid 3 to 6 month safety buffer in place.
Okay, so we've covered the daily tactics. Now let's zoom out to the overarching strategy for the week using a classic SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, all tailored for this specific time frame.
This matrix puts it all together beautifully. So look, Up top, your strengths are that Jupiter direct energy and your secret friend status. The best response? Relaunch those negotiations that stalled out. Now, for weaknesses, you've got Mercury retrograde and the goat's naturally generous nature. So your strategy has to be double-checking all contracts, and please, avoid lending money. Now for the exciting part, opportunities. That foundation-building window we talked about is your chance to sign a property letter of intent or maybe even schedule a performance review. And finally, the threats. With Saturn's combustion, you absolutely need to prioritize rest and maybe keep your best new ideas to yourself just until the energy shifts.
All right, let's wrap this up with execution. We've got some sector-specific advice and one very tangible pro tip you can put into practice right away. If you're a creative, this is the week to get your portfolio in front of important mentors. If you're in finance or the corporate world, your focus should be on sustainability. Restructure your existing debt rather than taking on new speculative risks. And for everyone in real estate, circle March 12th on your calendar. It is being described as the gold standard day to kick off property discussions.
And here's an expert tip to leave you with. To really activate your wealth luck, place a small fountain, one with inward-flowing water, in the north zone of your office. The water symbolism is said to cool down the intense fire horse energy of the year, helping you maintain rational decision-making and a nice, steady flow of income.
So, there you have it. A detailed, strategic roadmap for what could be a life-altering week. The plan is on the table, the advantages are crystal clear, and the warnings are posted. The only question left is, how will you choose to architect it?